All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Benjamin, and yeah, hi. Welcome back to our. Normally they're weekly. Last week was a bit of an exception as to why I didn't get. Well, maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So there's still not really much to report. Again, we've got small sample sizes to deal with. If you look at the model and you go to, let's just pick a state at random, Georgia, because there's actually news. See, small sample size is small, and actually, I'm going to put that there just because I'm OCD. And if you want the polling averages, you can find them here. This will give you everything you need without the incumbency factor. And if you scroll a little over to the side, you can see how much of the vote is undecided as of right now. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so there's the only real news to report in the Senate is that Corey Lewandowski is running in New Hampshire. I'm not sure that's going to work out because that just doesn't make sense for New Hampshire. Even in a presidential election year where you can get away with a subpar Senate candidate because every race is going to be nationalized to a degree. The only other real news is that over the weekend, one of Georgia's senators, Perdue, not Isaacson, who is running for re-election under normal circumstances, Isaacson is, fun fact, Georgia's going to be a double-barrel race in 2020, meaning both Senate seats are up. And it's going to put a little bit of trouble for Republicans, but let's just say, for example, let's take this down to 52. Let's be kind to the Democrats. Let's take this down to 52 and say they win that. Well, let's say they also win Georgia. And let's also be kind to them and say that they also carry Maine, which isn't outside of the question. They still fall short. That's just how rough this map is for the Democrats. They would need an Iowa, and that would only get them 50, which means they also have to capture the presidency. But let's say they don't get Iowa. Arizona, North Carolina. North Carolina would be the more likely one, though there's incumbency to deal with. But let's say North Carolina. They'd have to get another one. Let's say Iowa or Arizona. That would do it. But that is a massive lift. And that's factoring in that they will probably lose Alabama. So, the hard truth... Sorry, yeah, no. I kind of made a mistake there. No, if they won both Senate seats in Georgia, yeah, that would do it if they just got one more state. They would actually have... Let's take this back to where it was sitting. Okay, so that's at 52. So that actually puts it at 51 and 49. They would need one more to make it 50-50. Right? And Maine would do that, right? So... I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's very difficult. It is a difficult lift for the Democrats to do, but it's a little bit easier. The problem is Senate races are very much tied to the state's party lean at the presidential level these days. So, considering that Donald Trump should be considered the favorite, I would say a clear favorite, but not an overwhelming favorite. Yeah, Georgia could flip. I'm not going to pretend that that's out of the question, because it's just not, especially with the Atlanta metro going further and further towards the Democrats, and the other, I'm not going to call them population centers, but the other two notable towns in Georgia, those being Savannah and Macon, being somewhat Democrat-leaning, it's not outside the realm of possibility that the state could flip. But it's a very difficult task considering the demographics of the state just aren't there yet. And that's the operative word, is yet. Wake me in 2024, and we'll see. Okay, that's pretty much where I am on Georgia going to the Democrats. Okay, uh, unless a native of Georgia is running on the presidential ticket, then maybe there's a reasonable chance. Um, so that means the Republicans are probably going to keep that seat, considering most double-barrel Senate elections go to the same party. It happened in Minnesota last year. There was one more state where it happened. I want to say it was. Oh, what state was it? Where they had both Senate elections last year. There was another one. It was Minnesota and Mississippi. Minnesota and Mississippi. And 538 just has done great analysis on this. So we already know what it's supposed to look like. Anyway, so that's kind of the way it is. Democrats are not going to have the strongest possible candidate, which would be Stacey Abrams running. She's already taken herself out of contention for that, and I don't understand why. It's an ideal race for her. She'd be running for an open seat in the Senate in a year where Georgia might be competitive with the right candidates and the right funding. And she would be able to do it. Would she actually win? Well, we don't know, but she definitely has the potential, as 2018 showed in the gubernatorial election. So it really just does come down to that. So, yeah. Now that's really all I have to say. Stay tuned Monday on Labor Day for a special edition of the presidential updates, which is going to collapse all of August's polling into, that one average. And also update my own personal forecast, which, truth is, it probably won't change. Oh, I should say, someone released a general election poll of Utah that just looked like they were enjoying some recreational substances, if I'm honest. Anyway, I would love to, long-term goals for this channel right now would be to actually get something. Now, none of these videos are monetized because YouTube just doesn't like me or something like that. I don't know. All I know is videos aren't monetized, and there was a long time ago, where I said, well, I would never monetize this channel, but I'm getting to the point where if I was to get some patrons, I would strongly appreciate it, I guess is the best way to put it. And I would be very grateful. And I find some way to thank you and make y'all participants, okay? Because I do actually want to get viewer interaction more than just in the comments and, likes. Because that's all well and good, but I want to have a good, I'm probably going to do it anyway, but I'm going to have something related to the Patreon, okay? And I know it sounds like I'm begging, but I'm not. I have a day job. I can survive on my own, but, there may come a point where I would want to make this at some point maybe full-time, because, I don't know, that sounds like something that would be cool. Anyway, I need to stop rambling, and I need to go ahead and end this video. So as always, like, comment, and if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 300 by the end of the year. That shouldn't be too difficult. I say that, and watch me never reach 300 ever. And if you know anybody who would appreciate this type of content, go ahead and, send them my way, and I'll be eternally grateful, and I'll give you a shout out. Maybe. I don't know. I definitely do give shout outs when they're appropriate, for sure. Anyway, take it easy, y'all. Have a nice evening. I'll see you guys on Labor Day. Bye.